Professor Noctis. I teach religion and Final Fantasy at the University of Alabama, and we have a good time here on stream.
Hey, what's up everybody? How we doing tonight? Happy Tuesday and welcome in. I am Professor Noctis. I teach at the University of Alabama and I teach video games and religion. And I'm excited to have you in stream tonight. Tonight we're going to be doing some cool stuff. Got a double feature tonight as we are playing some more Nier. Really enjoying Nier. And Final Fantasy Tactics a little bit later on. So we're going to start off with Nier. This is my first time playthrough. We just met the meanest girl in the world in this playthrough. Feels like it's been forever. I celebrated a birthday on Thursday, went out of town. I got to go visit Mickey and Mario. First time I could ever say that. I visited Mickey and Mario down in beautiful sunny Orlando, Florida. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in the minigame stretch break in between games. But very excited to be with you all tonight. Hope that you've had a terrific Tuesday. If not, we are going to make it good tonight. So why don't we go ahead and get started with our game, and then we'll catch up a little bit. How about that? No delay at all tonight, shall we? It does feel like it's been forever. Oh my gosh, it feels like it's been so long. But we're back, baby. We're so back. Go ahead and get us started. Answered as you typed it. Yeah, the birthday was so good, dude. It was so good. So good. I think that was our save file. Now let's bounce right on over. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, it's quiet. Too quiet. There it is. How the heck have you been, chat? My weekend was great, but how was your weekend? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know. Okay, that's a save point. Yeah. So, Twitch was telling me to verify testing. Oh yeah, I tested. Yeah. I was trying to fix the chat bot. I don't know if he's fixed, you guys. Like, it may be a lost cause trying to fix the old chat. I tried though. Let's see if he works if I do this right here. I don't know. If he's not fixed, oh, whatever, you know. How's the balance, everybody? Is there an echo or anything? Oh, I can't wait. Cannot wait to read what you've got coming for us with Orban. Let's see if I can remember how to play this game. Chances are I cannot. I've already forgotten how to shoot, so... There we go. The worst part about playing multiple games is that you absolutely forget how to play one or the other. Zoom in on this mug here. And by mug, I mean face. There we go. Y'all, I'm digging Nier. I wish I could play it more. It's one of those games that I don't want to wait for stream on. So,
how does one reach the desert?
I wish I was in a stage in my life when I could just stream for you guys all day long.
Such as myself will find an arid
oh, I'm getting some Inquisition notes? Oh, snap. We're talking a little bit about the Inquisition tonight, just a little bit. But we will come back to it, for sure. Is my girl with me? Yeah, there she is. So everybody, if you missed her, She's the meanest girl in the whole world. She's got anger issues, and she doesn't like clothes. It's like the one thing that she hates more than anything, except clean talk. She uses a lot of profanity. Did I just get hit by shadow monsters? Okay. Ordering allies? Oh my gosh, there's the boar again. Was that her? Oh crap, here's that boar! Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. But I was almost dead. We gotta run. We gotta get away from this guy. He's after me. He's after me. He's gonna ram me. Oh my gosh, I am dead now. How do I heal? I've forgotten how to heal. Okay, that helps. Oh, that boar is just destroying me. We're off to find Facade. We're trying to survive Revenge of the Barbecue over here. This is so bad. Okay. Ugh. Now that the boar is gone, I can kill these sheep. And these shades. Whoa, Kuya, thank you for the cheer. How you doing, Kuya? Okay, off to the desert, off to the desert. I'm remembering how to play. Excuse me. So if you remember right, last Tuesday I was still nurturing a hoarse voice. Screaming on roller coasters did not help. I'm way more hoarse now.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
I'll wait outside.
What? Why? It's way safer inside the village.
It's fine. I like being alone. If you head out from another exit, I'll just meet you there.
You sure? I know Yona would be really excited to meet you.
Don't force the issue now. Her mind is clearly made up. Not everyone loves the company of others as much as you.
It's fair. Sometimes...
All right. I won't push it.
Sometimes our social battery is drained.
See you in a bit.
By meanest girl in the world. She is so mean. And not into being around people, that's for sure. Okay. Well, there's it looks like you can read the chat now. The text is so big, though. I guess that's fine. She's also used to being an outcast. Thank you, Amy, for your understanding ways. Not surprising that my voice is hoarse. Yeah. Listen, it was getting better, and then I rode Donkey Kong Minecart and Stardust Racers at Universal Studios. I rode it 4 times, as a matter of fact. Screamed all 4 times. Introverts can very much relate, that's true. Kaine is more than just an introvert, though. She is like a really angry person. Oh no, I gotta go back there. If you couldn't tell from the title screen. Fun fact from Smith, one of our classic RAs. He says, your birthday, October 9th, that's my birthday, is also the feast of Saint Denis, who was executed, but picked up his head and kept preaching. So your throat issues may not be so bad. You know what? It ain't so bad, Bulldog. I'm so lost. Okay, that's my house. Is that the Illidan VA? Barris Axeman? I do not know. Somebody Google and see who the voice actor here. Is he Illidan's VA? Or is he, where am I even going? I am losing my wits. He kind of sounds like a Starian from Baldur's Gate 3, but I don't think that he's a Starian. How does one get over there? Oh, hello. He does sound like Illidan a little bit. If he tells us we're not worthy, we know. Okay, maybe we just have to get past that. The Grimoire, yeah. Or as they say in Wicked, the Grimmery. It's spelled differently, but obviously they got it from there. There's nothing worse than a sad tree. That feels like it should be an inspirational sign. Who is Liam O'Brien, GGC? What else has Liam done? Oh, hey, Kaine. Nice of you to join us. Oh! Oh my gosh, there's about to be a sheep massacre. A sheep freaking massacre. Kevin! Traveling for work this weekend. Oklahoma. Glad to be able to join the streams. I'm so glad that you're joining. How you doing? Hope Oklahoma's treating you right. Now part of the SEC. Liam is Caius. Thank you. I knew I'd heard that voice before. Caius Ballad. You guys, one of these days, I'm going to do a full 100% stream of Final Fantasy 13 trilogy because I love that series. I especially love Caius Ballad. Oh boy. What a beautiful, beautiful game that is. Nier traveling with Sarah and Caius. Wait, who's Sarah? Is Sarah's not Kaine, is she? Is that right? Or is it Yona? I bet Sarah's Yona. You still haven't played 13-2? Okay, listen, real talk. 13-2 is a banger game, okay? Multiple endings, really fun gameplay style. It's a bit of a diversion from normal Final Fantasy. Shut up. Kaine is voiced by Sarah? How can sweet, sweet Sarah be such a mean, mean naked girl? Sarah is like the purest of us all, and Kaine is like, I would end the world in a heartbeat. I'm sure that this is just the start of Kaine's character arc. Wait, am I going the wrong way? Have I gone the wrong way, chat? Yes, I have. Wait, Laura Bailey? Laura Bailey is Kaine and Ashley. Who's Ashley? You mean Abby? Abby in The Last of Us. Now I can see Kaine and Abby. But Sarah? That's crazy. Okay, I clearly went the wrong way. Banger music there, though. Shout out to the music. Love that. Okay, now where... Oh, it's all the way down there. That's it. That's who you meant. That's okay. Ashley was the voice of Ellie. And Laura was the voice of Abby. Yeah. You're playing Red Mage? What are you? Are you in 14? Is that what you're doing? Abby is my wife, and I will have her name correct. Listen, I'm a big Abby fan. I'm glad. I'm glad that there's other Abby fans in the chat. If you're new to the chat and you have not checked out my former Last of Us lecture series, I would highly suggest it. We interviewed a real-life biomedical ethicist. We interviewed a philosophy professor, and we played through The Last of Us, and we did a recap deep dive of each of the episodes of season 1 and 2 of the HBO show and compared them to the games. It's a pretty interesting thing.
What's Facade like?
It's strange. Let's just leave it at that.
Stranger than a boorish young woman who battles monsters in her undergarments.
Let's go.
What is this? A fountain?
Well, that's Jacob's Well. Palace of the Dead, that's fun. I have got to... Chat, one of my worst failures is that I have not yet beaten Dawn Trail, and I gotta get back to it.
It appears.
Wait, don't I just have to move it? I don't know. Man, I would love to play some Final Fantasy 13. That game is awesome, and you know what? It's still gorgeous. That game has held up. They were ahead of their time with that one. Fighting wolves. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, he bit my arm. What a jerk that guy was. The Last of Us lecture series was a trip, but here's the thing. I'm glad we did it because we learned something. We learned that the fan base of this channel is pretty much narrative-based JRPGs. So maybe don't spend, I don't know, 5 months on a game outside your brand. That's what I learned. There's no map here. That's fine. But we had fun for a while.
What manner of place is this?
I think it's a graveyard.
The headstones seem to be lacking names. Also, why do they shine as if they were carved from the rock just yesterday?
I don't know, brother. There's something weird about this. Dawn Trail is pretty great when you don't have haters whining in your ear. Honestly, that's true. I enjoyed my time with Dawn Trail. I just got sidetracked with other games.
It appeared.
Okay, and we're back at the start, maybe? No. This is where we need to go. Listen, that was trauma bonding at its best.
Tight.
Well, great. Guess we're not getting in.
Where is she going?
오! 아니 가인의 같아! 킷! 와리라! 옮긴다!
Oh, Linda. Hey, girl.
You know these guys, Kaine?
Not exactly.
I wish I could meet the Kaine lady Prof Noctis told me about. I bet she's really nice. The beauty of old Prof Noctis and Yona is they see the best in people. Always. That's
a while
so funny.
back, I saved a local kid from a pack of wolves. Ever since, this town's welcomed me with open arms.
Open
Gotta be a
arms.
pretty screwed up place if they let me in, huh? Anyway, I don't understand a word they say, so don't get too excited.
So don't get too excited. Alright, let's do this.
I suppose a quick stroll about town is in order.
I love exploring a town.
The language they use here is pretty crazy. So, good luck with that.
Noted. Hey guys.
キラタイト
Oh, it's a bunch of symbols.
What are they saying?
Fascinating. They speak a language I have never before encountered.
You're a book. You should know everything. Let's save it because we've learned saving is really important. Look at this place. Will this be the first desert town in a video game I like? I tend to really hate deserts.
The king's manor.
How do we even get there?
With willpower and smarts, my lad.
With the willpower and smarts, my lad. Wingdings, yeah, that's it. Let's get to that king's court over here and jumping. Wingdings,
I feel
wingdings.
bad that I can't understand them.
You could speak 1,000 tongues and still fail if you lack knowledge of another's culture.
Well, there's a banger. What? You could speak 1,000 tongues and still fail if you lack knowledge of another's culture. That's what we say around here. Who can quote it? Who can quote it? A text without the context is a pretext for a mistext, right? That's what we do. It's good stuff. Did I like Ave?
Come on, Vice, help me out already.
Oh, no, that's
I am
quicksand.
A brilliant book of unspeakable value, not some dog-eared travel guide.
Where am I? Big jump. Ooh, barely made that
We're
one.
just going in circles here.
We're not.
If
I'm
only we
making...
could speak to the locals. I've no doubt we'd have little trouble reaching the king's manor. We'll just have to suss out a route on our own.
We will. There's something beautiful about the art of this game. The music, especially. Gerudo Desert was pretty rad. Okay, these are decent deserts. You know what I don't like? Tattooing. That was a long sentence that I didn't understand. Sometimes I feel like the town managers... Oh, WWE 2K25 was installed. That's good to know. That was free on PlayStation Plus. So I had to download it and sell back my physical copy. That's what we do, right? Come here, you. Masked person. Oh, I'm back at the start. This place is silly. Okay, let's try a new route. How about over here and up here? No. Wah 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 wah. Nope. Oh, I can jump up there though. That's good. Nope, not that way. It's coarse and rough and irritating. Wait. Are you it? Yes, sir. I did it.
Entry, it would seem.
And
Crap.
after we finally made it all this way.
Relatable.
This is pointless. Let us go back.
Oh, thankful. I don't like sand. I just want to jump up my shortcuts. Oh. Oh, no! What if I just kept walking by? It's her problem.
What happened to helping others?
The book suddenly became my Jiminy Cricket. I love it. What if we just stole all of her vegetables and fruits and left? Okay.
Oh, and what?
Okay, I'm just
This one lacks the power of speech. Perhaps she can communicate through gesture. Let me see.
Everybody looks like Zant from Twilight Princess.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I am Fira.
How did you make out Fira from her gestures?
Do you need help?
Yes, we came here to talk to your king. But it turns out we can't actually talk to anyone.
I can guide you? Oh, she will act as our guide. How
How
fortuitous.
fortuitous! What I love is that she understands English.
But first, I must explain this town.
We really just need to see the king.
We don't care about your town, you see. We don't want the backstory. We're not here for the context.
No, there are rules to follow.
Oh,
Follow me. Well,
okay. If you say so. Hey, lead on. This girl is no Olympic sprinter, I'll say that. This is an item shop. All shops and houses in the city must abide by the following rule. 106. Do not live on level ground.
Rule 106?
We have many rules.
Is Rule 106 the reason for your labyrinthine system of staircases?
What do you care, book? You're flying.
Well, I suppose eccentric people deserve an eccentric town.
Well, let's continue on our journey, little one. One of the greatest crimes in video games is making an NPC run too slowly to run beside and too fast to walk beside. Cardinal sin of video game development, in my opinion. This is a sand skiff dock. Rule 115.017. You must view the town by... Oh, wait, no, that's 115,017. Silly. You must view the town by ship before purchasing any items.
Oh, come now.
That's
what could
silly.
possibly be the point of such an absurd rule?
It's a rule that was in place when I first came here, not a new one.
Hold on. Your people are still making rules?
Yeah, I heard we passed like rule 124,046 earlier this month.
Of all the idiocy, I could never live in this city.
You are literally an encyclopedia. Oh, we're on the boat, I think. A gondola, if you will. A gondolier. Wow. It's so pretty and peaceful. Am I supposed to be lounging, or is that against a rule? Oh, we're running again. This is a grocery. Oh, press the button to match speed. Smart development. 11,034. You must live at a level appropriate to your position.
So the aristocracy lives in the top levels, while the commoners subsist below.
Just like Midgar.
Seems like a rather unpleasant rule for those on the bottom. Does this girl plan to drag us about the entire town in this fashion?
She's just following the rules, Vice.
Should we skip Fyra's tour or continue? I'm fine with learning more about this culture. Let's not skip it. Take us to the next place, girlie. But I do appreciate that it gives you the option, because some people have a zero stomach for this. This guy over here is a guard. Oh no, we gotta continue on boat. There's something peaceful about this little desert. Okay, Figaro Castle and 6. Actually hospitable desert location. Yeah. Agreed. What's up? Nerd Pastor Nate. Good to have you. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Have you ever played Nier, man? First time over here. We're just cruising the desert. Wingdings. This is a Strange Things store.
A Strange Things store?
A store that sells strange things.
Such as...
I don't know. The things are so strange. No one is sure what they do.
That is pretty strange.
Let's continue. The tour's alright. So the worst. Yeah. I don't super love deserts in video games, but this one's alright. It's growing on me. Ah, yeah, this is Replicant. I haven't ever played Automata. I played the Final Fantasy XIV crossover, if that works. Automata. Ul'dah would be hospitable if it weren't a capitalist hellhole otherwise. Nanamo is the only sane person there. I do like Ul'dah. I think that you always love your starting city in Final Fantasy XIV. I hate Limsa Lominsa, which I know is like anathema to a lot of people, but Limsa is such a maze. I'm not the biggest 12 fan. Yeah. This is a store that sells raw materials. We use them to make masks. Rule 12, don't neglect your mask. If you want to live here, gotta have a mask on at all times.
I was beginning to suspect that. It would seem we are impeding progress.
Oh, we gotta get out of the way. I like Gridania alright. But Limsa, I couldn't get into. Oh, it's more boat time, y'all. Oh, what a time on the boat in the desert. They certainly do not... They don't make sense if you haven't played them before. I enjoyed the Nier raids. I will not tolerate Limsa slander. Well, hate it. Oh man, that's funny. 12 is the weirdest Final Fantasy? You think so? This is the weapons shop. This concludes your tour. Thank you for your patience. I'll guide you to the King's Manor.
These rules are enough to make a sensible man reach for the noose. I don't know how you survive in a place with so many inconvenient prescripts.
Man, rules, dude. It's not so bad. Oh, trying to beat Weegraph? Oh, Godspeed. Although I used to ask the same question and then someone told me, rules do not exist to bind you. They exist so you may know your freedoms. Chat. Oh my gosh. While in next week's, for those of you that stick around for the Final Fantasy Tactics lecture series, while this is about next week's series lecture, this phrase has major implications for what we're talking about in the next couple weeks. Rules do not exist to bind you. They exist so you may know your freedoms. What a banger phrase. What do you make of that, especially like in religious contexts? Are rules freeing or are they constricting? Are rules meant to help you experience freedom? Things to think about. when I look at it like that, they don't bother me.
Good citizen, Fira.
All right, take me to the king. Back on the boat. Yeah, you would think that 12... I should probably revisit... I should probably go back and revisit 12 now. Rules are there to remind you of what you're supposed to do when you don't want to. Yeah, but that gets really dicey, right? Like, who made the rules? And is it... What are you supposed to do? Is that the obligation of the rule or lawmaker? Or is it something that is for your and societal benefit? I suppose depending on the society, oh man. JP, oh man. There's some things about 12 I do like. This is the king's manor, but we have no king
You
now.
have no king?
Our king was stricken with a foul black illness, so he passed away. His son, the prince, now rules this land.
Black scroll.
Thanks for the follow, Arcanimus. This is the prince's royal advisor.
Thank you. All of this touring has been helpful for understanding your language. I believe I will be able to speak with this advisor myself.
Hope so. Oh, wait, I gotta talk to him.
We need to talk to the prince.
I'm afraid the prince is not taking outside visitors at present. I'd appreciate it if you came back another day.
My patience for this kind of thing has long ago evaporated.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, Fira. Let's go back to Kaine for now.
Yeah, kinda knows these people. Oh, it's boat riding time again. We spend a lot of time on this little gondola. But the music is a banger, so I can forgive it. Yeah, Barris, I grinded ground. I got a lot of JP in Tactics. That was the beauty of playing on the Switch. Just like in all my spare time, watching football, watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, of course. Other whatever else I was watching. Come on, my little Olympic sprinter over here. Let's see if I can beat her. So glad of you to join us.
It would seem we are impeding progress.
Wait, because... the gondola is giving... Is it a... siren?
Slow down, I can barely. The person who saved me. Surely you don't mean Kaine. Kaine helps you. This foul-mouthed hussy.
This foul-mouthed hussy?
Piss off, book. You guys done or what?
Hey, did you hear the news? The prince is missing. What? Then we're in violation of Rule 83,348.
What's going on?
The prince is gone, and according to Rule 83,348, we have to start looking for him right away. No, you don't get it. The prince went missing in the barren temple. What? But Rule 50,527 states that only nobility may enter the temple. This means we can't go look for him. What about Rule 83,348? What about Rule 50,527? Ugh.
Why'd they make a bunch of rules that contradict each other?
Well,
This
well,
is their
well.
way and their system of laws. As outsiders, we have no say in the matter. Now come, we should be off.
Okay, well, let's leave him to it then. Bye. I'm sure this will go well.
Hold a moment. It seems the hussy is not moving.
I cannot with this book. That's good. It seems the hussy is not moving. This book, man. Hey girl. I'm going to save the prince. No, you can't. Have you forgotten Rule 5527? Oh, screw the rules.
That rule only forbids your people from entering the temple, right? So why not ask an outsider to save your prince?
That's a good point, Nate. Why not ask an outsider? Okay.
Oh, and what luck. We just happen to have an outsider who can't stop meddling in the affairs of others.
That's me.
Right
Remember?
here.
Remember, book, when I didn't want to pick up her fruit and you said, "What are you? What are you doing?" But the only ones who can enter the temple are...
I'm going to.
I'm going to.
Fira told me about Rule 1024. You know that one, right? Rule 1024. You must honor the request of any outsider owed a debt. That's how it goes, right, Fira?
Why did I ever agree to travel with such a pack of do-gooders?
I love that the book just
Let's
hates
move.
doing good. All right, let's save it so in case we die, we don't have to do that tour again. Whew. This book, oops, wrong buttons. Screw the rules, I have money. Not closed though. Come on, Kaine. Let's go do some good. Let me show you the way. You'll need my guidance to get through the sandstorm. Oh my gosh. Give this girl some uppers. We gotta go. Give her a coffee. This is like an escort quest in Final Fantasy XIV.
It would seem we
Oh,
are-
I'm not. I just jumped in her way. Girl, you gotta go. You are not prepared for all these rules. You are not prepared. It's a deep cut, World of Warcraft. Wow, look at those footsteps. She doesn't have any footsteps, though. It's okay, I'll create footsteps for her. Oh. Normally Pyramid Head chases me, you're right. I wish that she would keep up. Oh. Thought I was in some quicksand. Oh, hey girl, you ready? I'll guide you through the desert. Oh gosh, never mind. Girl, go! Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm just playing around with my sword here.
Beware the wolves.
Where? Where are the wolves? Oh, snap. There's the wolves. Okay.
It would seem
Oh, stop. Stop.
The sand is too much. I can barely open my eyes.
I hate sand.
The moment I open my mouth, the sand rushes inside.
Do you even have a mouth? How does Vera deal with this?
How does Fira deal with
Perhaps
this?
there is some manner of filter inside that mask of hers. Keep a keen eye on your surroundings.
I'm trying. Man, take that, wolves. I'm so good at beating up wolves.
Vera sure is brave, isn't she?
For
She's
such a
alright.
minuscule body, she seems to possess almost boundless stores of energy.
Well, they seem pretty bounded to me. She is the slowest runner in this game. So far. Wadekin Langer Walker. That's me. Go, go. This is definitely the level Anakin was talking about. You're right. I could take a nap and then she would still be running. We're gonna sneak up.
Wolves!
Wolves! I'm here to protect you, Fira. Oh, they snuck up behind me? Ow.
Stay close to the girl now.
I'm trying.
It would seem
Oh my gosh, go girl.
this girl must
She's
possess
running as fast as she
extreme
can.
patriotism.
I know.
Look how she gives all for the sake of her prince.
It's like I'm watching her in slow motion during a training montage. If you just think of her as like Rocky. Okay, I'm running after you now. Okay, I see. The Baron Temple is just ahead. Here's a map. Yay! Okay, you gonna head home? Let's go do this.
Thanks
As
for
far
your
as I can go. Goodbye. I would have never found this place on my own, so. Come on, Kaine. Bring that smart, foul mouth. Nothing worse than a sad tree. Okay, here's the temple. Oh man, this is the most Zelda thing I've ever seen. In a good way. Yeah. Escort quest, man. Got some sick music. What to do, what to do. I bet I'm gonna kill something. Ah!
What was that
Leaping
supposed to
rabbit.
mean?
Oh, you cannot jump.
Sorry, what now?
Guess we have to play by the rules.
Sure, that makes sense. Dodge! I did not. Okay, no jumping. No jumping. Okay, let's start with this. Kaine is just gonna stay there. Kaine is not great at this. There we go. Look what I did. Oh, I'm so good at this. Okay. No sense in that. Let's do this. Okay. This part's easy. Ooh, I'm so fast! Now we push. Oh my gosh, have we made it? Don't get crazy now. Puzzle 1 solved. It's time to devote yourself to the next rule.
What a bother.
I wonder what this prince is like.
The man
I
is
bet he loves
tasked
rules.
to protect his people, and yet he's made them toil to save him. I think that tells us everything we need
Oops.
to know.
I think I went the wrong way. And what exactly does that
That
tell
he is
you?
an incompetent fool.
What did you say?
Did I just hear someone?
Oh, I had to wait for it to go away. Got it. I love how he always starts out like a... What is it, Naruto run? Okay, what's the rule in here? Oh. This prince. Where is your hat?
Where did you come from, boy?
I am no boy. I am the 93rd Prince of Facade.
Wait, seriously? But you're just a kid.
You're one to talk. You're hardly older than... Oh, it's time to save a life.
What?
Oh, aliens. Okay, we gotta go. What's the new rule? No leaping and stationary out. You cannot stay
That was
still.
unusual.
Come on, we have to help him.
See, you can't stay still. So you gotta constantly be, like, moving. Where's my goal? I am so good at this. What? I'm a great rule follower. Do any of you think that you're actually good rule followers? When I was a kid, I used to get so upset if I ever got in trouble. I was such a rule follower. I'm probably less of a rule follower now, but that's kind of what adulthood does to you. Okay, so now you gotta keep moving, no jumping, and racing wolf. So no sprinting? Oh wait, no. Racing wolf, evasive mouse, magic spewing bat. So no evasive moves, no magic, and no running, so I've got to walk.
God damn it! This shit's starting to piss me off!
Again, she's got big anger issues.
What in the... Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Let me go. Let me... I'm gonna kill you when I get out of here!
She is really friendly.
To find her as well.
Yep.
It's a real catch-22. So I have to walk, I'm pretty sure. This is just like that, oh, I ran for a brief second. This is like this scene in Bahubali 2. Oh crap. Has anyone seen Bahubali 2? It's a Bollywood movie. It is insanity. Oh, I ran. Crap. Is there a toggle so I don't run? Dang it! Oh, don't use magic. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. Can I do this? I think I can do this. This is the way to do it. Oh. Man, Bahubali 2. Oh, I can jump. Well, that makes life a lot easier. Oh, crap. I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to do this, but I've done it. That was ridiculous. Is that how you're supposed to do that, chat? I don't know. But I did it. Okay, now we run. RRR. Down. I highly suggest Bahubali 2. Okay, now what is this? Did you really? Biotech QA? Okay. Protected turtle, magic spewing bat. Okay. Did I do that wrongly? Am I breaking this game somehow? I like the weirdness of these rules in this temple. This is crazy. Evasive mouse, magic spewing bat. Okay. Oh man, got hit. Oh, I can jump. I forgot. Oh man, that's so close. Thank you, Leon. Oh, ow, Oh, I died. Oh, crap. How far back did that take me? Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, I was gonna be so sad. Okay, we gotta get to it. This is a crazy level. Gotta go. Oh, nuts. Yeah, I'll blame you for all of these deaths, actually. Let's go. Now what? Oh no, there's so many things. Oh, this is stressful. Okay. Blade-wielding tiger.
This madcap barrage of rules shows no signs of slowing.
Easy, Vice. We need quiet or we're gonna mess this up again.
These masked folk suddenly enjoy their bizarre customs.
I wonder what drove them to make such complicated rules.
One of the things that's interesting is the formation of rules in societies. And I can speak about this from a theological and biblical perspective. A lot of times when a student says to me that they're going to be reading through the Bible in a year, I'm like, well, let me know when you hit around March or February, because that's usually when you get to the book of Leviticus, which is the Old Testament book of rules, right? And that's usually when people tap out. But one of the fun things to kind of understand about Leviticus is that all of the rules, to some degree, because they're living in the desert, they have a case where something happened that they had to talk about it. So a lot of the dietary and food restrictions, well, that has a story behind it. A lot of the ethical sort of things that we kind of read as like very, very, how do I say, omnitemporal. It's like it's meant for all times. It's actually because of one specific thing that happened in the desert during their time. And so they made it a rule because in the book of Leviticus, the way that I teach it to my classes is that there's two kinds of rules that are stated. There's rules of holiness, and then there's rules of purity. There's a holiness code and there's a purity code. The holiness code are the list of rules that give you a right relationship with God, so you're able to live at peace with God and with one another. But the other kind of code, the purity kind of code, this is to keep you alive. So it's rules of cleanliness. It's rules of like if you eat this, it's not that you'll be in bad standing with God, it's that you will die. And if the goal of the time in the desert was to make those who were not a people, then they have to survive. Interestingly, when we talk about the ethics of family and loving relationship, that also comes into play. And so a lot of people are curious about heteronormativity, particularly in Leviticus. Well, one of the ways that we can think about it, it's not the whole story, but it is part of the story, is that it really is about survivability as a culture. What does that mean? Well, it means reproduction as well. So anyway, that's one way of explaining it. There's about 4 or 5 different ways of explaining it, but that may be for another time. I just think it's interesting to talk about the origin stories of rules. Because again, like we talk about in our chat all the time and over on Discord and even on stream, it really is this idea of a text without context is going to be a pretext for all kinds of subtext, mistext, all that kind of stuff. Oh no, a boss. Okay, we can't evade, I know that much. Can't evade. We can jump though, I don't know why I'm not jumping. I got him! How deep have I dabbled into anthropology? A good deal. What do you mean? There's different areas of anthropology that might be important. Have I listened to Friar Schmitz's Bible in a Year podcast? I have not. I'd love to learn more about it. Category, yeah, that's a really good thing. To have a plan that kind of bounces around a little bit, or does multiple books at once. I like one that's going to do an Old Testament, a New Testament reading, and a Psalm, typically. Maybe throw in a couple verses from a proverb.
What's this?
Yeah,
Well,
Nate,
this
that's
doesn't look
exactly right.
suspicious at all.
About creeds. I'll talk a little bit about that in the Tactics series here in about 20 minutes. Oh, but first we got a boss fight, everybody. We love a good boss fight. What rules are they going to impose on me?
Hey, look!
Oh, it's
Mewling child is inside.
that mewling
Without any
child.
rules to bind us, we are free to unleash the entirety of our powers.
Oh, there will be
time.
rules. You know there's going to be rules in here.
What is this thing?
Well, that I don't know. But it's step by step. I see. So that one collapses, and now this one's vulnerable. Got it. Not available.
I detect magic within the glowing cubes.
That one's vulnerable. Okay. Oh. Ow! Ah, come back! Ow! Okay. The lectionary is a great guide, yeah. Leviticus, as much as I enjoy the book of Leviticus, from a historical standpoint, it is rough for a novice who's trying to just read the Bible for the very first time. I have done the Nier raid, and it is awesome. I love the Nier raid. Didn't understand a lick of it, story-wise, but... Oh my gosh, all these balls! Ugh! Please stop hitting me. We did it!
Mindless.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. Me too, magic book. Oh no!
Sight indeed.
Says the talking book.
Ha. Oh, this can be a jump. Oh, wrong hand, wrong hand. Oh no, oh. Oh no, where'd I go? Now what? Come back.
This is a powerful foe.
Thanks for
There
following,
you are,
Jazzman.
you bastard!
Oh, Kane's here. Thank God.
Kill the shit out of you! Now hold still and die already!
The angriest girl that ever lived. But I'm glad she's on my team. It's time. Go, 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 go. Come on, Kaine. Show us how it's done. Or don't. Just join me in a fight. This music. Sweet.
How did you find us?
Beats me. I just kicked a bunch of ass and
Oh.
wound here.
And without even bothering to get dressed.
Fuck off, books.
This book, man.
Kaine, the glowing cubes take priority.
Screw your priorities! I'm gonna kill this thing my way!
You're not gonna kill it then. Get up, get up. Dang it, I really miffed. Oh crap, here he comes. Okay, big hits. Okay, that didn't work. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay. Where we at? Where we at? Okay, now he's gonna get mad. Okay, we got one arm. Now he's gonna get mad again. Oh, that's okay, that's okay. Oh, here he comes. Okay, now the head. Oh no. What is happening?
This should prove interesting.
Shouldn't it? Ow! It always stresses me out when it goes slow motion. Oh my goodness. Get him, Kaine. Ow. Again. There we go. This one should be maybe easier. I say that. Yeah. Look at us go. Look at us go. We're crushing it. Last one. Now, cutscene. Ba 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 ba. Your mask. This level's nuts, Aqua. The Zelda homage is incredible. Dun 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 dun. So close, but so different. Nintendo ninjas will not get them today. My liege, have you any idea of the trouble we've... Ah, the royal mask. Our people have suffered since the king's death. I thought I was too young to bridge the gap between our people and other civilizations. Trade has come to a halt. We lack food and water, and the people despair for it. This mask is an emblem of the king. With it, I can project a strong image to other lands, and our people can be prosperous once more. My prince. Rules do not exist to bind you. They exist so that you may know your freedoms. Those are the words of the previous king, my father. And now that I have his mask, I believe I can ascend to the throne. Is this correct? Of course. Hail! All hail the new king! Chat. How terrific was that? I apologize to you, my foreign friends, for all of your hardships. I swear by my new position as the king of Facade, I shall grant whatever you desire. Please, what is it I can do for you?
Oh, no, that's all right. We were just happy to help.
Nonsense! Speak your desire that I may see it
I
done.
believe the regent has just given us an order.
I guess so. In that case, how about you make Rule 0? And have it say that if people don't like a rule, they can vote to change it.
A splendid idea.
Wow. Very well. What? But my king, this cannot be. Our people have long memories. We shall never forget the debt we owe you, no matter how hard the times. Such is the way of the masked people. That means that quote is important. You're right, Nate. Still, that alone cannot repay our debt to you. Please accept this, too. How about a one-handed sword called Rebirth?
Thanks. But I think most of your praise belongs to someone else.
Thank you, Fira. I am sorry for all I put you through. It's not a problem. So now we talk to Fira, maybe? No, we talk to him again. Never mind.
Do you know how to cure the Black Scrawl? So, even a king couldn't recover from it.
I fear everything we tried ended in failure.
It seems there is no way around it. We'll have to collect the sealed verses after all.
Yeah, it's the
It's the only lead we have. Pardon me, but what are these sealed
We
verses?
came across an old song that says if we find them all, we can cure the Black Scrawl.
And yes, we are well aware that refrains penned by minstrels half in their cups are hardly a reliable source of information.
I love this book.
Hey, I'll believe anything if there's even a sliver of hope it could help me save Yona.
Man, that's a statement. I'll believe anything if there's even a sliver of hope. insert the thing that you are really worried about.
And I'll collect
Man.
verses, orbs, crystals, magic goat meat, whatever.
Magic goat meat. Always about killing those goats. One moment, please. Can I ask you to visit us again, to return as friends?
Just try not to get yourself kidnapped again.
Of course, thank you. I promise to be careful. Thank you, Dark Wall Magic. Okay, a magical defensive barrier. I love that. Well, let's go to the save point.
I'm worried about Yona. Let's go back.
Of course. The first things first, we have to get on the boat. Take me to the entrance. And we'll do all the admin stuff on Thursday. Because it's about time to get over to the old Final Fantasy Tactics lecture. We'll do a brief stretch break. Man, this temple was filled with little mini lectures, wasn't it? Talked about context. We talked about rules and Leviticus. This was pretty good. Armchair academics, baby. I like playing this game with y'all because I have absolutely no idea what it's going to be. And even though y'all do, y'all are so good about keeping it from spoilers. So good. I got a bunch of notes for this week. Dang. I'll see what I can do. I've already kind of made out my outline, but I'll see what I can add really quick. Okay, let me save it really fast for us. And now, let's bounce over to our stuff. With some music. There we go. All right, folks. Question, can you hear music right now? Let me go ahead and get some tactics stuff booted up. What's up, Jedi? And thank you, Jazzman, for the follow over on Twitch. Thank you so much. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautifulness. You cannot hear music. Got it. Well, that should fix it for you right there. There you go. Right there. Okay, my friends. All right, so we've got a little bit of a mini game stretch break. It's not going to be so much of a mini game, but it is going to be a little bit of a mini, just kind of 10 or so minutes before we get started with tactics of just kind of quick updates. Okay, yeah, I pressed a few buttons and it turned on the music, turned off the music, but we are back at it now. Okay, so you should be able to hear some music in the background. I did have a good birthday, and I can show you a little bit of what I did. We'll do that first. How about? So I went to the absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing Orlando, Florida, where I got to see Mickey and I got to see Mario. It was so great. And even more than that, I got to see Donkey Kong. And then I dressed like Donkey Kong. Ta-da! That's me on my birthday. That was me in the gift shop. Also, y'all might like this. I don't know what this thing is. I found some really cool merch. I didn't buy it. But I found what looks like a Mario Bible cover. Everybody, look at the Mario Bible cover. Isn't that wild? It looked like a Bible cover. I don't know. But I went to Islands of Adventure, and then that night I went to Halloween Horror Nights. Let me show you a really cool picture of Halloween Horror Nights. Up in the trees, there's pumpkins that were lit, and you kind of go under them, and like there's haunted things that come out and get you. And so that was really funny and crazy. I stayed at the lovely Stella Nova Hotel. It was gorgeous, really cool. This is what the inside of the Stella Nova Hotel looks like. It looks like a spaceship. Pretty rad. Had just a great time. But the highlight of the trip, I went and saw Mickey. I went and did all those things. But it was when I went to Nintendo World that my life changed. Here's the bus that takes you to Nintendo World. It's Donkey Kong, and there's Diddy and Dixie. Thought that was really cool. Let me show you a little bit more here. So I found this great statue of old Donkey Kong. There he is. Me with my hero, Bonanza. Here's me outside of the entrance to Nintendo World. Just having the best time. Let's see, what else? I had to do this one, me jumping into the painting. I don't know why it's going green screen over there, but it is, isn't it? So, me jumping into the Goomba painting. Thought that was neat. Let me show you a couple other things that were really neat. I want you to see, like, one of the moments that I first walked in to Nintendo World. And it's right here. It's just really funny. I like it a lot. So yeah, watch this. Oop. Just me pointing. And again, me just like jaw dropped. Look at this picture. I'm just like geeking out over here. Just geeking out. And again, just like straight up geeking out. Here again. I don't know why it's going full green screen. Is my green screen cam on? It might be. Let me see if there's any filters here. Yep, that's why. We've got a green screen filter on for some reason. So yeah, there it is. Me just loving that. One cool thing that happened, I can show you this. You get a little wristband, or you can buy a wristband, I should say, and it will go and activate little mini game things. And so we collected KONG, and there's like a ton of little mini game things that you can do. You can play the drums, and that will bring out Rambi the Rhino to some of the Donkey Kong beats and stuff. Here's me with a giant dessert in a Donkey Kong cup. I was very excited. I'm not a big dessert guy, but man, I loved it. If you've never seen Mario or Nintendo World, let me just show you, like, this is what it looks like as soon as you walk in. Okay? Like, this is not concept art. This is actually what it looks like. And it was absolutely just nuts, you guys. Let me say this. Here's me with some of my friends that were at the park with me. We went to Toadstool Cafe, and outside the window, they've got like images of the Mushroom Kingdom, right? And they're always like going, right? They're always like walking around and running and stuff. You can kind of see it's a live photo. So, but the toads are like going. One was jumping rope out there, and he kept on like falling. And we're eating this meal, and sometimes like Mario or Luigi will make a cameo. But then there was this moment when the entire Toadstool Cafe went dark, right? And you saw Bowser's airship coming in through the window, and you've got toads running, screaming, going, ah, in their toad voice. And they're just running, and you see like Chef Toad in the kitchen, and he's like gathering food, and they're all trying to run because freaking Bowser is on the way, and it like the whole restaurant vibe changes because it goes into the dum 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 dum, like the Bowser march sort of sound. It is just nuts to see. I loved it. I'll show you my food. I got grilled chicken, Chef Toad's specialty. Here's Donkey Kong. I only got his backside, much like how Moses could only see God's backside in the book of Exodus. I did get to see Cranky Kong, though. Check him out. That was in DK Minecart. He's telling stories during the line. Let's see, what else? Somebody, I think Jedi, you mentioned How to Train Your Dragon. Burke was awesome. That was probably my second favorite place. It was really, really cool. One other thing for video game fans, this is good. If you walk into one of the gift shops and you look up, you're able to see all of these beautiful Mario stained glass images. Except on 3 of the stained glass images up in the kind of tower, you have some non-Mario stained glass images. Chad, I want to show you this. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but if you look up in the gift shop, it's easy to miss. You can see these 3 things: Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. And what does that mean? I don't know. It is called Super Nintendo World, but here's what I would say. If they put Zelda stained glass windows in there, it is only a matter of time before we get Hyrule. And how freaking cool will that be? I bet that it's going to coincide with the 2027 movie that comes out. And y'all, like, that's going to go crazy. That's going to go crazy. That's an Easter egg. But like they're giving little tips, right? Like little hints. The rides were rad. Donkey Kong Minecart is a fun, kind of rickety minecart style experience. Then you've got the Mario Kart ride. That one's good. Yoshi's little safari. That's like a kiddie ride. Like you would bring your toddler on it, and you'd be like, "Oh, there's Yoshi," and all that stuff. And there's like little egg buttons you can press. It's definitely for little kids, but it's cool. Windows of Power, Wisdom, and Courage. Exactly, Smiths. I'm eager to see what they do with that. It's just a really cool place. I really had a lot of fun. I took some good pictures of it at night as well. This is what part of the park looks like at night. Just gorgeous evening park. It's great at night. I didn't take very many videos. I wish I could have taken more videos, but we did get some Captain Toad representation at one point, so that was cool. Yeah, so I mean, it was pretty rad. Pretty rad. Had a great time though. It was a fun birthday, really fun. Oh man. Yeah, I told my brother, I was like, when your little girl is old enough, Uncle Wade is going to take her to Super Nintendo World. We're going to have a blast. Okay, before we get started with tactics, I did want to venture into one quick thing, okay? And then I am going to take like a 30-second break to catch up on some coffee, and then I'll come right back. But before we do that, I wanted to pull up something else. You're able to see some of my pre-recorded save files for the stream. Okay, let me pull this right over here. Earlier today, my friends, we got a trailer for a Final Fantasy game that we are now going to share up here. You've probably already seen the trailer, but I want us to talk about it. You may have heard me talk in the past about a certain Final Fantasy game series that I really like called Dissidia. And in Dissidia, it's like the Final Fantasy fighting game. I want us to watch this trailer together before we get into Final Fantasy Tactics. All right? Hey, thank you for the follow, Valentine's. So earlier today, let me just show you what this is all about, okay? And we'll discuss as we go through. Let me move that. Oopsies. Boom, boom. And I think we're good right there. Man, everything just keeps moving on me. Everything just keeps moving on me. Okay. I'm so good at this, you guys. I'm so good at this. Professional Noctis, always. Okay. Okay, let's watch together now. Make sure you can hear. Can you hear? You should be able to. Okay, here we go. Let's watch. It's only a minute and a half. From the beginning. When darkness veils the world, the warriors of light will come. A peaceful everyday life visited by chaos. Those who arrived to confront the chaos were called ghosts. Dissidia duellum. Remember who you are. 3v3 team boss battle arena. 2 teams versus monsters in exhilarating battles. Purify crystals, accumulate bravery. Unleash your full power at max bravery. Defeat the giant boss faster than your rivals. A new Dissidia story unfolds in modern Tokyo with full Japanese voice acting. Ever expanding with more characters and stories. And we're going to go back and look at some of these really fast. Let's just kind of look at some of these story pieces. Convince you know what to do. And there we have Cloud and Lightning. And is that Hope? Kind of looks like Hope, but it may be somebody else. It could be Kryl, maybe. And then back in the back, you've got Terra. The star of the stage should wear his given nickname with pride. And then over here, we've got, we couldn't have done it without Angelo, which is Renoa's dog from Final Fantasy VIII. She can pick up the noise coming from the crystals. What? I promise I'll tell you when it's supposed to be secret, right? There's Gaia from Final Fantasy XIV. Cool. Now, this is one of the cool things. You've got the traditional outfits of the characters, but you can also deck them out in modern outfits, just like that. Also, there seems to be some kind of text message system over on the right between Cloud, Warrior of Light, and Terra. So if you ever wondered what the Final Fantasy characters would be like in a group chat, well, this is going to answer that. Some 6 summons. And our boy Prompto, we need to stop on that one. Watch this one. Prompto right here, and also look at what sweet Prompto's wearing. This is as much of a fit check as anything else, right? That's what we're about. Look at that. Very Prompto. We got crazy limit breaks going on here. A WhatsApp group chat, they sure do. And we have extras. And so who are the next ghosts? Well, I'm going to tell you who the next ghosts are. I don't know for sure, but this one in the middle here, that's Clive, right? That is obviously Clive's stance, I think. His chest is not big enough to really be Clive, but that's probably Clive. Beyond that, I don't know. I think that's probably Gao from Final Fantasy VI. This is an Onion Knight from Final Fantasy III. That would be my guess there. This one is going to be Balthier, I think. That looks like a Balthier stance. And this is probably Rosa from Final Fantasy IV. Those are my guesses. Oh, I didn't guess this one over here. I don't even know. That's some spiky hair there. Clive, Riku, and Balthier. Oh, Riku, that would be a good one. Honestly, Riku is probably better than Gao. Who cares about Gao? Maybe Gao's over here. I don't even like Gao as a character, but, you know, could be interesting. See, I love that. 1 per game entry right now. So, Android closed beta test, which I say a big boo to, but that's just because I'm an iOS guy. So anyway, I think it's pretty rad. But I'm also a really big Dissidia fan. I really like Bart's. That's a good guess too. Firion. There were so many AI accusations for the Magic collab. There were, and I don't believe that there were any. I don't think that they had that. So there's that. Well, my friends, so we're about to start the Final Fantasy Tactics lecture. Would love for y'all to think about that. Let me know in the comments what you think of Dissidia Duellum. I am going to go refresh my cup of coffee, maybe take a cough drop so I can get through this lecture, and we will be right back. Give me about 1 minute and we're gonna bounce in, okay? So we'll do it. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere, but definitely go refresh all of your stuff. Subtext, thank you so much for the sub. Okay, everybody, I will be right back. Let's put it on intermission screen real fast. Yeah. Okay, be right back. And y'all can look at my good friend, the Chocobo. That'll get you hyped for a second. Just look at those eyes. Be right back. All right, and we are back, baby. You got your professor back now. So, everybody, welcome back, welcome back. Well, let's go ahead and get started. All right. You know what this means? Let's roll the intro since we're starting a brand new thing, okay? But I know you real ones. You were already in here, okay? We're gonna roll it to make it easier for Lana in the edits, okay? Let's do it.
I'm Professor Noctis. I teach religion and Final Fantasy at University of Alabama, and we have a good time here on screen.
All right, what's up, everybody, and welcome into the Final Fantasy Tactics lecture stream. We are in lecture 2 tonight, but that's okay. If you have not been with us in the previous lecture, then that is perfectly fine. We're just going to be playing chapter 2 of Final Fantasy Tactics tonight. My name is Wade, aka Professor Noctis. I teach religion and video games at the University of Alabama, and I am now doing that on stream tonight, using Final Fantasy Tactics. And tonight we have got a very special episode because we're getting into the thick of Final Fantasy Tactics now in the story. And so tonight's lecture I have coined Heresy and Sacred Power. Heresy and Sacred Power. The idea is that when unity becomes control, truth can become dangerous. And so we're going to be getting into all of that. A whole lot of that tonight. For those of you that are just joining in chapter 1, you may remember that we discussed some of the ins and outs of a hierarchy and aristocracy and some of the impacts that that has on the populace. And so, yeah, that's kind of where we were last time. We ended on a pretty sour note when Delita's sister Tetra was fallen. And so since we are talking about chapter 2 tonight, spoilers are fair game for chapter 1 and chapter 2. We will not be discussing chapter 3 and 4 tonight. And so if you're in the comments, please just be really sensitive and aware of that for us. That'd be terrific. Okay. We've got an itty bitty chat box right there. Itty bitty. Okay. So, if you are new to the stream, first of all, thank you for hopping in. But this is a lecture series that I call Tactics and Theology. It's a place where we explore some faith, philosophy, and history all woven together through Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, and we got to say right here at the top of the stream, thank you to Square Enix for providing a game key for us to create this content. Super appreciate you guys. So like I said last week, we saw how war and faith kind of blurred together in Ivalice, and we're going to be digging more into that tonight. But I want to kind of start out tonight's lecture stream with a couple of questions, really one central question. What happens when protecting faith becomes more important than living it? I'm going to ask that again. What happens when protecting the faith becomes more important than living it? It's been said history is not written by the righteous, but by the survivors. And the victor's ink is in the heretic's blood. So I want us to think about that a little bit. So tonight, we're going to be playing through a few different scenes of the game. We're going to pause and we're going to ruminate and think a little bit. we're going to learn a lot, and we'll get through chapter 2 tonight. Yeah, that's exactly it. Thank you for posting that, Jedi. Thank you. So, let's get to it. Let me bounce over here. All right. Oh, wrong controller. I've got so many controllers from all the games that I'm playing right now. So we're going to go to my handy dandy save files all the way up here at the top. I've got 27 save files. My personal one at the very bottom. And then some of these. So let's get into it. In case you were wondering, let me do a quick recap here of some of the things that we just saw.
Pivotal moments in history.
Ovelia, Princess Ovelia, had just been kidnapped by men bearing the standard of Duke Galtana. The one who seized the princess was none other than Delita, who was believed to have died at Zichton. But after some debate, Ramza and his comrades joined Agrius in her search. They went to Dorter, a city nearby, and when Ramza and his allies arrived in this merchant city, they were ambushed by a troop of sellswords. They eventually rebuffed the onslaught and made for Fort Bessalat, where Galtana's forces were thought to be heading. And then they went to the forest and they found a bunch of chocobos, which is more about kind of a gameplay sort of thing than anything else, but you get some chocobos and they start having eggs.
I understand.
So yeah. So there's definitely that. This next scene is where we catch up with Delita, and that kind of begins some of the conversations that we're going to have tonight. So with that, let's get to it. How's the volume mixing, everybody? Are you able to hear everything okay? Am I too loud, too soft? Let's go ahead and place our units.
Leave it to me.
We shall not lose.
To battle.
Oh, I love this. I'm going to read through these during the battle here.
Stand aside, sir. You are surrounded. Surrender the princess, and no more blood need be spilled.
Do you so enjoy the taste of lies? Your orders are to see the princess dead. And once I've watched you feed the fools her blood, I'm to believe you'd let me live. A witness to your crime.
What could we possibly gain by Lady Avelia's death? We wish only to see her freed from the Black Lion's claws.
Shuffle,
Your
shuffle,
Highness.
shuffle of the feet.
Agrius? Agrius!
Agrius Oaks of the Lion's Guard,
Embarrass,
is it?
I did.
An untimely interruption. Gafgarian, you know what to do. Kill them all!
A change of plans. But a contract is a contract after all.
What is the meaning of this? You would betray us!
Betray you? You have a viper's tongue, milady. I betray no one. I'm in the Order's employ, and they are of it. My task was to see the princess safely abducted. And theirs, to see those responsible silenced.
You mean to say the kidnapping was a ruse?
The princess is an obstacle to the throne. So long as she lives, the threat remains that someone could assert her claim above Prince Orinus's. Two heirs is one too many.
And once she is slain, the blame will be placed at Galtana's feet. The stroke that fells a problem princess at once brings down a rival lion. That was no doubt Larg's plan all along. Or was it his? Such a plot has more the feel of Dice Dark's thinking. Would you not agree, Ramza?
That one has the right of it, Ramza. Come, let us earn our pay.
Yet again, he would see sacrifices made of the weak and innocent. No. I will not allow her to be another teacher. This vile charade has gone on long enough. It ends now.
Good line. Gotta protect her. So, betrayal! Gafgarian is now an enemy!
Delita, you live.
So I do. And you? Ever your lord brother's faithful hound?
Are you mad? I knew naught of any of this. What of you, Delita? You now play party to their plot.
You think I would cast my lot with them? Surely you know me better than that. Listen well, Ramza. My objective is to rescue the princess. I would free her from the clutches of they who would use her, and see that she is granted the station she deserves.
Oh, now see, this is a great thing. Delita and Ramza, who began together on the same kind of mission, in the same kind of worldview and perspective in Chapter 1, here are still on the same side, but their motivations are different, right? Notice what Delita says. He's like, I am the same as you. I would like to rescue the princess, but I would free her from the clutches of they who would use her and see that she is granted the station she deserves. Now, this is a really interesting piece here. We're going to get into it. The Delita and Ramza dichotomy here, and how does that play out in history, theology, and even modern day?
Such grand words might well rouse, had they not come from one with nary a hair above his lip. If you would lie, boy, at least lie well. You are just another mercenary. You were paid to take the princess.
And Gafgarian can't even understand this idea that somebody would do something except for money. You're just another sellsword, another mercenary, paid to do
be honest
this.
With yourself and with me. Name the man who bought your sword.
I sell my sword to no one. Do not count me among your lot.
Spare me the lecture, I ask for a name. You'd have me believe some bright-eyed pup caught wind of this plan and rescued the princess in the name of justice.
The name of justice?
Who gives you your orders? Who told you of this plot?
I would sooner cross swords than words.
My turn.
Love that. My turn. Also, Tifa's line. Let's get after it here. Bounce up there, get him.
Let's do it.
All right, Delita. I'll read through some of these. I see your answers are pretty awesome. Jazzman, you said you forget the teachings of the faith and become more about the worldly things around you. That's a good answer. Let's see. Smith, you said, I thought that earlier when I saw a tweet from a current administration politician who said, we're saving the church, we're saving God. Like it's supposed to be the other way around, dude. Wow, that's a good point. That's really interesting. Megaboss, when you protect something... Sorry, let me actually play the game for a moment.
Tell me, sir, are you friend or foe?
I am a human being. No different from you.
Aegis! All right, Mr. Megaboss, you said when you protect something, it implies that the thing you're protecting needs to be guarded. So when it becomes more important, when it's weakened or vulnerable, that's my very first thought. That's an interesting concept. I'm curious how far that can go here. Jedi, let me read through some of your answer here. When protecting faith becomes more important than living it, it means that we put ourselves in a place of God, of our God. It's acting like it needs protection when it likely doesn't.
I'm coming to help.
Do not be so sure of that.
Have you any idea what you do? The path you tread leads only to perdition. She is a princess true, the sister of the late king ere she was made his daughter. To lay a finger on her
is treason.
Of that I am well aware. But your daughter of a king stands in the way of a king-to-be. Princess or no, her worth is spent. And those born of kings do not outlive their worth.
Do you mean to mock her and the crown both?
No more than we are mocked. Have you once seen a man of royal blood stay his hand when a commoner blocked his way? The only difference is that those of royal blood are protected by lackwits like you, who swear fealty without even a thought. Even should the princess live, it would only be as a pawn in another's game. To kill her now is a mercy.
Then it is a mercy I will not see done. This world has no need for your contorted brand of justice.
This battle quickly becomes like a battle of ideology, a battle of, like...
Take this!
Wow, look at Agrius just go off here. Love her.
For victory.
Oh, victory. Alright, let me fire off some Thyra. And then I'll get back to reading. So, let's see, Jedi, you continue. But when you live it, it puts the perspective into perspective, the faith, and allows others to see it in action. There's a reason why people say action speaks louder than words. It's a good point. Who in history would I equate with our soft boy Rams? That's a good question.
Best cut my losses.
I don't know. I'm going to wait till week 4 for that.
I must concentrate.
Thancred's line to my turn. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of this boyo. All right, let's get over here. I can't quite reach him. If faith is the structure or laws which guide humanity and you become a protector of it, you're prioritizing dogma over humanity, and the dogma exists to serve humanity. It becomes a snake eating its own body. This is a great thing. In academic circles, we discuss it kind of like this, that there is a distinction between data and dogma. In academics, we want to pursue data and critique the dogma.
The next move is
and when we say dogma, these are the patterns of belief, the theologies, perhaps, that characterize one's belief system. Okay, and sometimes dogma can align with data, and sometimes it just does not. And that's where a lot of my students have found value in things like deconstruction. Like, how do we deconstruct aspects of our faith and our ideologies so that it resonates in a truer fashion? Thank you for doing this. Oh yeah, last week, Jazzman, the only reason I did it at 9 last week is because I had a work function. It's always going to be around 7:30 or 8 in the future. Does anyone need healing? No one. Not a soul. Smith, in our church we believe that the Eucharist, the consecrated bread and wine, is the real presence of Christ. So in that state he is vulnerable, but even then he can only suffer insult, not injury. And insult is nothing new for God. Smith, what a great phrase. In fact, you even got the victory music for me reading that one. It's a great phrase. He can only suffer insult, not injury, and insult is nothing new for God. Oh, dang. I love that phrase, Smith. That's terrific.
Let the princess with me. She will be safer in my care.
Ooh.
Delita, what is this game you play with us?
Game? I do no more than speak the truth. You've made an enemy of the Order of the Northern Sky. So tell me, where would you now take her? The Order will send its most capable to capture you. Do you truly believe you can elude them with the princess slowing your escape?
Well,
Think, Ramsar.
Well, I like that, Mega Boss.
This
Hippocratic
was Duke
oath,
Larg's
yeah.
plan. And he would not act without counsel of the Queen. As such, you cannot trust the crown. Would you turn to Goltana then? No, that would be folly. He would only offer up your heads in hopes of keeping his own.
And what, sir, would you propose?
I would do only that which you, my lady, cannot.
and what exactly is that?
Very well. I shall leave her with you for yet a while longer.
Delita, I did not think we'd meet again, but I'm glad we have.
It was Tetra. She watched over me then, as she does now.
Know that you go with my thanks, Sir Delita.
I hope this meeting is not our last, Ramsar.
I owe you my thanks as well. But in aiding us, you've made yourself an enemy of the Northern Sky.
This is the path I've chosen. I have no regrets. Let us consider our options, few though they are. We've no allies to whom we can turn.
We could make for Lionel, and entreat the aid of its lord, Cardinal Delacroix. The Church of Glabados rules there. Even Duke Larg would think twice ere making an attempt upon the princess.
Cardinal Delacroix. Servant of the Father and formidable warrior both. He won many a victory in the 50 Years' War. Yes. I dared to hope a man such as he would not turn a blind eye to Lady Avilia's plight. Very well. We make for Lionel.
All right, so this is great because we've now got Avilia on our team. Love that. And our job now is to escort her to Castle Lionel, where we're going to try to meet up with the Duke, who's going to hopefully help us. Just like last week, we're not going to go through every single one of these battles, but there are a few that I want to make sure that we kind of get into every now and then. So there's going to be a couple that we are jumping into. Hopefully they'll go fairly quickly. Thank you for saying that, Mega Boss. That means a lot. Thank you. Before we get into this next one, though, I do want to talk about this idea of ideologies. And kind of talk about some of the ways that this has kind of happened throughout history to some degree. Let's bounce over here really fast. Oh, let me turn off that music real quick. Yeah. There we go. So it's almost fitting with the map over here in the background, right over here. But just after the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus, Christianity spread across the Roman Empire, especially through the work of a guy named Paul, but it lacked unity. And so to create order in the first 3-4 centuries, leaders convened councils. Now, the most famous, well, allegedly one of the most famous, I guess, depending on your perspective, was probably the Council of Nicaea. Most everybody has heard of the Council of Nicaea. It was about 325 AD or CE. And it condemned Arianism and declared Jesus fully divine. There were other councils as well, like Chalcedon and others that would refine doctrine. And they would define who was orthodox, and maybe even more than that, they would define who and what streams of theology were called heresy. Now in this game, Ramza is continually called a heretic or heretical or advocating for heresy because he's going against the reigning order of the church. So here's my question for you. Last week I had you Google some things. I'm going to have you Google some things tonight. I don't ask for you to be an expert, but I ask you to be a researcher. But here's the thing about education and academics. One of my professors told me this when I was an undergrad. Education and knowledge is not about knowing the right answer, but it's about knowing the right question to get to the right answer. And in the age of Google and internet searches, knowing the right prompt, knowing the right question to ask is more important than knowing the answer through rote memorization. So here's what I want you to Google, okay? I want you to Google the Council of Nicaea, okay? The Council of Nicaea. That's one thing I want you to Google. And then for others, I would love for you to Google, and maybe for some of you overachievers, Google both. I want you to Google who was Arius and what did he believe about Jesus. Okay? These two questions, I would love for you to do this for us as we go through the next little section here, okay? So we're going to bounce forward. We're trying to get down to Lionel Castle right now. Let's get down to the castle gates of Zaland. I'm going to bounce back over. When you find those answers, make sure you put them in the chat for us. We'd love to read them out loud together.
Understood.
Let me do a little job management really quickly. Anything to be done here? No. I don't think so at all. Nope. I think we're actually pretty good. I'm not really worried about this battle.
It's time.
If I die, how embarrassing, but... All right, here we get to meet a brand new character. One of my favorites.
You've nowhere left to run. All we want is the stone. We needn't take your life.
What stone? I have no stone.
Do not play the fool with me, Mustadio. Do you forget that we hold your father? It's
Smith,
simple.
that's cool.
Give us the Auracite, and your father lives. Have it your way, then. Seize him!
I have a message for your keeper, Ludovic. Tell him that if he lays so much as a finger on my father, he'll never see the Auracite again.
What trouble is this? I think that man is being chased.
I think that man is being chased. We cannot stand by and watch.
There is no telling what they will do to him. We cannot stand by and watch. We must help him.
We must protect Mustadio.
I must concentrate.
All right, let's bounce up. Get to helping. All right, how are those Google searches coming? Y'all talk about it amongst yourselves a little bit. what to do. Run and shoot. Well, I put him in the complete wrong place. No, don't heal. Let's get our mages close enough to attack here. Not quite yet. Ow. Ouch. Man, their archers are killing me. Not a fan. Let's take care of this guy. Let's go ahead and take care of him.
Lead to me.
Got it. Bam. Mustadio, shoot. Ooh, disable. Nice. And let's put you there. Oh, he stood by me so he would burn me. That was a jerk move. Jerk move. Yeesh. Attack, attack. Ooh, dang it. Let's go ahead and take care of this dude right here. Can we raise our friend here? Okay. Let's see what y'all are saying over in the chat. Oops. Ooh, I don't need to go that far.
Come on.
The camera is like the mega boss in this game. Dang it! They are so good at standing in the worst places for me. The absolute worst places that I could. Actually, can I get up there? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Dang it! Dang it! Nice. Back in action. Good. Let's come up here. Bounce. Attack, attack. Let's get you down here. Take care of him. And then I think we got it. I cannot reach. Dang it. Oh, and he came and stood right by me, that jerk. Yikes. Okay, let's go ahead and get him. And done. Nice.
Are you alright?
And this is how we meet Mustadio.
I should be, yes. Thank you. You saved my life.
So just a quick note, everybody, on some of the things that you've been talking about really quickly as we get into it. Oh, we'll go through this cutscene first.
They're street dogs, running for the Bart Trading Company.
That's the company led by the Viscount of the same name. Ludovic Bart, yes?
Oh, then you've heard of them. But they're no ordinary traders. That business is only a front for more lucrative pursuits. Opium smuggling, slave trading, all manner of vile things on a grand scale.
What did you do to draw the attention of such as they?
I'm a machinist. Do you know the history of my trade?
Machinists claim the ruins of a lost civilization lie buried beneath the streets of the clockwork city of Gorg. Relics from the age of Saint Ajora, when airships numerous beyond counting filled the skies, and men of iron walked city streets. But the art of crafting such things was lost, if it ever truly existed.
But it did exist. Fantastical though it may seem, it was all very real. The ground beneath Gorg holds the hulks of airships and 1,000 fragments of machines the gods alone know the workings of. A machinist toils to restore this lost legacy, to see these marvels of old brought to life again.
The device you used during the battle, is that one of the machines unearthed in Gorg?
What, this? This is a weapon called a pistol.
It
uses an explosive powder to propel a metal projectile toward its target. This one is of simple make. There were once pistols said to fire projectiles infused with magics.
Curious indeed.
So, why do these hounds of the Bart Trading Company chase after you?
Just now you said you were going to Lionel to see Cardinal Delacroix, yes? The Cardinal is a hero who fought in the 50 Years' War. To this day, the people of Lionel honor him as such. They believe he is the only man who can keep the realm from descending into chaos. The Cardinal will receive you, hear your plea, and the Princess will be safe.
And what is it you want?
To go with you. I have my own reason for wanting to speak with him.
That being?
To save my father. He is held prisoner. The Cardinal is my only hope to free him. Alone, I am just another machinist. The Cardinal would never see me. That's why I would join you.
You still haven't answered my question. Why is the Bart Trading Company so interested in you?
I cannot tell you. Not now.
Then you remain here.
No! I must see the Cardinal. You must trust me, please.
I love what Mustadio is talking
Very
about
well,
here.
then.
Very veiled.
You will come with us.
I love it because he has information and, more importantly, a specific stone that he is wanting to entrust to somebody that he trusts, right? And so we noticed that these soldiers, or these brigands rather, have been chasing Mustadio, and they're asking for the aura side, or the stone. The stone holds power, and even more than that, it holds, similar to materia, it holds the power of memory that can bring about untold power. So it's kind of like a container of old ancient knowledge. And so he wants to entrust it to this particular cardinal. One of the things that you probably have been Googling here, and I'm seeing it from the chat here, there's a lot of interesting things here. Some of you are kind of wondering about all of the ideas of the council and stuff. The first Council of Nicaea was composed of hundreds of Christian bishops and leaders, with the majority kind of coming out of that eastern end of the stretches of the empire, I guess. And this is a really kind of an interesting thing, because this is the delineation between the state and the church is very loose, I guess we can say. Let me update my. Thank you, Subtext, for that. Let me update my Twitch category. I hate swapping games. It always does that. Yeah, and so there are a lot of interesting things in the chat here, and I love where we're kind of going with some of this stuff. This feels like some of my classes where students are asking some great questions. Let me kind of back it up a little bit. Yeah, so the Nicene, the Council of Nicaea was really focused on kind of that anchoring point of what is Jesus made of? Is he of the same stuff as God, or is he just like him? And so that was a really big delineation and understanding of who Jesus was in these things. Is he divine, or is he just kind of like divine? Which sounds like it's not a big deal, but there are certain connotations and consequences of an entirely human or an entirely divine Jesus. And so this is kind of the evolution of that. These councils were pretty common during the first 1,200, 1,300 years of the church. You got the Council of Nicaea, which essentially condemned Arianism and produced the Nicene Creed. And the Nicene Creed was like, okay, these are the boundary lines. This is what we kind of see as the essentials. In non-essentials, we can have liberty, but in essentials, we're going to have unity, and that's what it is. In 451, you had the Council of Chalcedon. That's where there was a definition of Christ as fully divine and fully human. And so you get a little bit more of an alignment there. And then you have others that are going to talk about various heresies and kind of condemn those things. But these councils, they weren't meant to just clarify belief. In a lot of ways, they kind of codified authority. And it kind of lets you know who was able to speak about things with some level of authenticity and authority. Because you got to remember, there weren't 2,000 years of documentation of interpretations and all this kind of stuff in the earliest days of the church. And so that's where these councils kind of came into being. But critics of these councils have oftentimes said, well, like, who writes the story but the victors? And in this case, it was the victors according to the discussions and arguments that many had. Sometimes they turned into more violent sort of means, but kind of interesting stuff to think about. I want to address some of these things in the chat in just a little bit, but we're going to keep going for now.
You mean it? Thank you, my lady. Thank you.
You stand before the princess.
Oh.
There is no need. You may rise.
Then it's settled. Consider yourself fortunate Her Highness spoke for you.
All right, so here's a question that you may have fun answering and discussing together, especially given some of the things that I'm seeing in your chat, right? When faith becomes something that you can vote on, does it still belong to God, or does it belong to the winners of the council? And I'm going to copy that and put it into the chat. When faith becomes something that you can vote on, does it still belong to God or to the winners of the council? Classic theological question and conundrum.
Lionel Castle, Highness. Do you see it? Just beyond those mountains.
Please do, Smith. Share that Nicaea article in the Discord, please.
We still have a long journey ahead. Do you think Cardinal Delacroix will aid us?
The Cardinal is said to be a man with utmost devotion to the crown. Even amid this turmoil, he has held the middle ground, siding with neither Duke Larg nor Duke Goltana. I do not think him a man to sully his honor by handing you over to either side.
I pray you are right.
He also has the ear of High Confessor Marcel. A word from the Cardinal, and the Church itself will take you under its protection.
Would that I were born no princess.
Milady.
My entire life has been spent behind sacred walls. The only sky I've known, hemmed in by slate and stone. Did you know? Before I was sent to Auban, I was in another monastery. When I heard I was to be the adopted daughter of my late brother, and after, ever in a monastery, it's not been such a bad life, I suppose. Only, knowing that good people die for no more reason than that I am the princess, it's almost more than I can bear.
Highness, you must not blame yourself. The fault lies with those who would use you for their own ends.
Now, I'm going to stop right there for just a second because I think that that's a great explanation of, or example of kind of what we're saying here. You've got this woman, Ovilia, who has been very much captive within these walls, right? And all of her life, she's been protected, but also, as Agrius says, there is a fault among those who would use her for their own ends. And the question that we have is, what happens when theology, doctrine, philosophy is beginning to be used for one's own ends? Let me give you an example here. In the 1800s, pre-Abraham Lincoln and Civil War, many ministers would get up in their pulpits, especially in the Confederate South, and they would preach sermons as though there was a hierarchy of the order of those born in the image of God. And from their framework, those who were in power, the white and the powerful, the slave owners, were kind of ordained by God to be there. And slaves, presumably, and almost predictably in all of these sermons, those that were brought over from Africa to work in the fields for Southerners as slaves, they were ordained as such by God. This is what these lectures, or sermons would say. And we have access to these sermons today. And there would be use of scripture, there would be use of biblical history, there would be things like the letter to Philemon, which addresses kind of a slave owner in the New Testament. And they would use the very narrow context of first century Israel and Europe, and they would say, okay, what was appropriate then contextually, we are enacting now and we're defending. Now, the question is that good and proper and true theology, even if it is using, or as we've talked about in here, mistexting certain texts within the Bible, or is it something that's a little bit more self-interested, using scripture, using doctrine, philosophy to further their own ends? Ovilia here, in some ways, is an example of the cherishing, but also the parading of theology as a symbol of control and power, that she might be used for the ends of others in the shadows. And I think in a lot of ways, that's where this discussion can really go. And so as we watch what happens with Ovilia and how different people are trying to use her, this is what I kind of want us to think about. How is she an analog to different theological notions?
There was another girl at Aubonne. She told me she too had lived her entire life within monastery halls.
Oh, sorry.
We laughed that we should share so strange a fate. A funny thing to laugh at, don't you think? She was my only true friend. Alas, I have not seen her since she departed the monastery shortly before I did. I pray she is well.
You speak of Lady Alma, of House Beowulf.
House Beowulf.
So you know of her? But tell me, Agrius, what if Cardinal Delacroix makes to use me, like all the rest?
I do not believe he will, my lady.
Ramsar! Where have you been? It's almost time to leave. I didn't think to find you here. What are you doing?
Mustadio.
What news have you?
I love this archetype
All is quiet.
in
It
games.
would seem the northern sky hasn't reached
Mustadio
Sarland
is
for the time.
Gav from Final Fantasy 16, in my opinion. Very Gav-like.
A friend once showed me how to do this, but I'm afraid I've never quite mastered it.
Ramsa's got you.
Just like that. It's simple, you see.
Like this. It's really not so hard, is it?
Okay, so let's kind of bounce forward a little bit because this kind of sets up some of this stuff with Ovilia, but where we're going for the rest of this, we're going to kind of look backwards in cutscenes, and then we're going to make our storm on Lionel Castle really quickly.
Till next time.
Oh, yeah, events.
What did these people think? What compelled them?
So let's talk a little bit about what happens once we got to the Cardinal. We'll watch this really quickly.
I see, Lady Agrius. In such circumstances as these, I am fain to lend you whatever help I can. I shall dispatch a courier to Melond at once. I, Confessor Marcel, will have this news from my own hand. We will expose Duke Larg's misdeeds and ensure that no harm befalls you, Highness.
Your Eminence, think you the High Confessor will hear our plea?
Fear not, dear lady. The matter is in my care now. Princess Ovilia can scarce feel at ease, while those tasked with her safety are vexed. You may enjoy the comforts of the castle, wanting though they are, while we await a reply from Malond.
You are most gracious, Eminence. Thank you.
So long as Saint Ajora is our guide, we have naught to fear, child.
Now, this is the first mention of this guy, Saint Ajora. Saint Ajora, as we'll come to find out in the coming dialogue sections, and if you've played through chapter 2, you kind of heard more and more about this. Saint Ajora is similar to Jesus, a miracle worker, disciples, all kinds of things. We'll learn more about him later.
As for you, my young machinist, I have given consideration to your troubles as well. Yours is not the first account to reach my ear concerning the true nature of the Bart Trading Company. In the Father's name, I shall dispatch a company of my finest to Gorg, and have Ludovic answer for his many sins.
Delacroix means of the cross. Interesting. Yeah, it does.
Your Eminence.
Conditioned upon this, I would hear the reason they choose to pursue you and your father.
That is... I mean to say, it's not...
Come. Mayhap this will give voice to your words.
A crystal?
You are familiar with the legend of the Zodiac Braves?
Indeed. In my youth, I often heard a fanciful tale of that name at Mass.
Lady Agrias, surely you do not aver that the Church would mislead its flock?
No, of course not, Your Eminence.
Long ago, before the mountains had ceased their wandering and struck their roots into the earth, the demonic Lucavi held dominion over the world. Seeking to end the chaos they wrought, the God of Light bestowed a refulgent blessing upon valiant and worthy souls. 12 were these warriors of light who emerged to challenge the Lucavi. In a long and bitter struggle, they succeeded in driving their malevolent foes to the spirit world, and Ivalice again knew peace. The 12 each bore an Urusite crystal
This is the
emblazoned with a house of the night sky.
now this is the story, right? Like these are kind of the passed down traditions and dogma and all that kind of stuff. Now, whether or not they're right is in the kind of eye of the beholder here, but they are accepted philosophy, and this is what Avilia is reciting.
And so, in time, the Warriors of Light became known as the Zodiac Braves. Thereafter, whenever the Lucavi have again threatened the world of men, they have ever returned to save us.
You have clearly been a most apt pupil, my child.
Elder Simon personally taught me this at Aubonne, Eminence. He also said that Saint Ajora, son of the God of Light, was himself one of the 12.
Here we go. Saint Ajora, son of the God of Light, was himself
Together,
one of the
they
12.
saved the people of Ivalice from the tyranny of the Holy Edoran Empire, which had strict...
We call the crystals of the 12 the Zodiac Stones.
Sorry, I hit the button too quickly. The people of Ivalice from the tyranny of the Holy Edoran Empire, which had strayed down the path of darkness.
That which you see before you now is a stone from that very legend.
Oh yeah, y'all are bringing up such good things. I want to talk about this in just a
It
second.
exists. I did not think it possible.
Or that it held the power to keep the forces of darkness at bay. The power of the God of Light. I confess, I feel some power deep within, but my eyes see only a common crystal.
Mustadio, are you well? The color has left your face.
You have seen a stone like this one beneath Gorg, have you not?
Machines whose fires have long since guttered out lie strewn in the tunnels beneath the city. But pass such a stone near them, and you can hear them stir.
Then that is what Ludovic Bart seeks. Your aura sight.
I do not know what power these zodiac stones hold. I know only that Ludovic hopes to find some way to harness this power and make a fearsome weapon. My father would not give them the stone, so they took him instead.
Yours is a pure and righteous heart, my young machinist. Proud. Be at ease now, Mustadio Bonanza. The Church will take responsibility for this matter.
Now, this is a great kind of dismissive sort of thing, right? Where Delacroix says to Mustadio, oh, you are so good, but you calm down now, be at ease. The Church will take responsibility for this matter.
Our forces will strike at the villains, during which time I bid you retrieve the stone and deliver it into our safekeeping.
I love that.
Of course, Your Eminence.
I will go with you to Gorg.
Thank you, Ramza.
I too am grateful. We would never have succeeded in reaching His Eminence the Cardinal without you. You have done us a great service, Ramza.
I can only wish you well.
Thank you, Avilia.
Your
We love
words are
you.
all the aid I could ever ask, Your Highness.
Let us trace the journeys of those who shaped history.
So, as we go through all of these different pieces, I just see so many great things in chat. I want to spend all of my time kind of talking about that. We're gonna pause for a second. I'm gonna go through some of this stuff with you guys because your chat is just like lighting up over here, and I want to talk about it. So, a few pieces here. There's so many different questions. I'm gonna pull out two here. Invader Coda, you mention kind of the heart of Christianity and the forgiveness and all of this kind of stuff. One of the key things that I talk about between the data and the dogma in my classes is that if you were to take the data for itself, kind of what is in at least the primary text, and for the purpose of Christian theology, we use the text that Christians affirm as their primary, which is the New Testament, and the Old Testament for that matter, but the New Testament. We'll talk more about the authenticity and authority of the Bible next week, so make sure you don't miss that one. But they take the New Testament. And so the presiding and prevailing message of the New Testament is there's multiple themes, but the primary theme is that through Jesus, God extends the opportunity and offer of forgiveness. So through the life, the death, and the resurrection of Jesus, there is a closeness to God that is now possible, that to some degree was hindered before Jesus revealed kind of the heart of God to the people. And the heart of God to the people through Jesus was larger. It did not deny or overturn the former ways of things like Levitical law or the rules of the Old Testament, kind of like we were talking about with the Nier lecture or playthrough a little bit earlier. But instead, he came to fulfill it, the law and the prophets. And by fulfilling it, he was able to show kind of the heart of God, which is for the people to be saved. John 17 says it like this. Jesus says a prayer, and he says, now this is eternal life, knowing you. Talking to God. John 17, I think it's verse 3 there. This is eternal life, knowing you, and knowing the one that you have sent, or something to that degree. But it's this idea that eternal life is not streets of gold in heaven, though that may very well be a perk. The real eternity, the real eternal life, and as he said, Jesus said throughout his earthly ministry, I've come to bring you life and life to the full. The kingdom of heaven has come. The kingdom of heaven is here now. It's the idea that there is a knowability to God, whereas before it was not so much that personal knowingness of God. And so he's extending this offer of, in the New Testament, this is the theme, this offer of proximity and closeness to God that overcomes the chasm of, quote, sin or the damage of the image of God in a person. Now, Coda, you mentioned something about, I'm going to call this a predestination theology, where you said God has already decided what he's going to do with you, but it's whether you've accepted Jesus into your heart as your Savior, not your acts on earth. Now, this is such a delicate phrasing here, and it's so easy to kind of go off the rails with a few different things, because you can either lean too much into a person's works or just say, it's not at all counting on that. The ideas of predestination are multifaceted, and you've got strong Calvinism, and then you've got Arminianism and a plethora of other theologies as well regarding free will and predetermined fate. And this is something we talk about in our Remake and Rebirth lecture series of Final Fantasy VII. But the way that I like to describe it, and many of you have heard me say this before, is predestination and the knowledge of God, the foreknowledge of God, is oftentimes more like a near eternal basketball bracket, okay? Where it's like every decision that we make spawns and creates brand new decision opportunities. Think of it like a choose your own adventure book to a divine degree, right? And God knows the human heart, but also knows every aspect of outcome there is. One of the theologies that exists is the idea that God, though God is all-knowing, also allows himself to have a self-limitation that allows for free will. Therefore, God has every potentiality known and planned out, but in the moment of what I would call the moment of the maybe I will do this thing, maybe I will do this thing, maybe I will follow God, maybe I will sin, whatever it is, God is present there. And so somewhere in the midst of all of that, there is God's presence, there is God's knowledge, there is God's plan A, plan B, all the way to Z and beyond, that's constantly wooing a person back. So that's number one, I would say. The universality of the offer of forgiveness and the limitation of human orientation to that offering. As one of my professors once told me, salvation and that moment of salvation is really the moment that you accept your acceptance. You accept your acceptance by God, which is offered to all. So that's an interesting thing. Now, a hardcore Calvinist would probably have another answer to that, and we could definitely talk about that at another time. I think that's a really important thing. The second thing that I'd like to say to you is about these councils that I've brought up a couple of times. These councils helped shape what the church is today, but also what it was looking like in the 4th century, the 5th, 6th century, and the 13th century, depending on the different councils. Full disclosure, I'm a United Methodist, and aside from the Catholics, nobody likes to meet as much as the United Methodists do. We meet for what we call a charge conference in our local churches. We meet for district conferences with kind of a region. We meet for annual, which is almost statewide conferences in that size region. We have jurisdictional conferences that happen pretty frequently. And then we have what's known as General Conference, where 1,000 delegates from across the world all gather every 4 years to discuss the contemporary issues in the church today. And when I was coming up in United Methodism, I really struggled with this because my question, I'm reading some of the chat in here as well, really interesting stuff. I had some of these same questions of like, if it's a bunch of people determining, quote, the will of God about these things, is it really God's will? Or is it just people ruminating? Well, through the course of my own studies and proximity to a lot of these conferences or councils, I could call them. They're not really councils, but they're conferences. But delegates or leaders meeting to discuss. What I came to realize is that there is something beautiful about the way that God uses ordinary people to do a divine will through discussion. Sometimes that discussion sounds like argumentation, and finding a, quote, faithful way forward. I say that because it's not my phrase, it's kind of a church-wide phrase. What I've learned in my years of life and Christianity and all of that is that sometimes God sends messages that are like burning bushes and out of the park miracles. Sometimes God will send angels and signs, but more often than not, God sends people like you and me who will speak truth to power, who will speak life to death, light to darkness, right to wrong. And that is somehow, in the grand scheme of things, the way that God interacts and intersects with human people to go forward. But the question is, are we not fallible? And the answer is yes. And that's why there needs to be accountability. In fact, that's what a lot of these councils were about. They were concerned with what happens when the teachings of Jesus, which now we're by the 2nd century and the 3rd century, they were like, there's nobody around left, still alive, who was there as a first-person account. So what do we do with that? When the apostolic tradition begins to die out, what do we do with that? And so that's what the basis of these councils and debates were. And here's what I would say to you. If you're interested in this sort of thing, go and read about these councils. Do more than the Google research. Go to a library, go to an academic website and read through these things and read through the discussions and the journals and stuff. I had to do this when I was in grad school. And not just hearing about these councils, but actually reading the phrases and the terminologies. It was captivating to me because these were people that weren't villainizing necessarily one another, but they were trying to find what is true and what is right and what is even dangerous for people. They were trying to do what was right. Now, sometimes councils would kind of redirect what the last council did in some ways. And so it was like, oh man, how do we continue to refine? And isn't that the task of all of us in some ways, to try to refine and to keep going a little bit more and a little bit better than we were yesterday, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, UMC. Yeah, we can certainly talk about the schism and all that kind of thing, for sure. Smith, that's a great point. I've got a friend who sometimes says the last time that Jesus was on the ballot, we picked the other guy and put him to death and put Jesus to death, talking about Barabbas and Jesus. So I think there's something really kind of interesting about that. Hey, once again, let me say this. Let me just pause for a second before we go into this final battle tonight, because I think there's some cool stuff that we can talk about with that too. Before we go into this, I just want to applaud you all, because there is not a community on Twitch or YouTube like this, where we can discuss and have these really kind of, I don't want to say taboo conversations, but they're just conversations that are really challenging to have with people in real life, right? It's challenging to do this because religion is such a personal thing, and it's such a thing that we get really kind of wrapped up in. But you do such a good job of being able to listen and to be curious and to ask questions and all that kind of stuff. It is so easy in today's world to dismiss the other. And one of the cool things about this stream and about what we try to do here is we try to bring up those things that cause division, and we try to spin it like a jewel. It's not our desire to change anybody's mind one way or the other, but instead it's about helping us think more deeply. I think it's such a cool place to be. So anyway, give yourselves a pat on the back. Y'all are terrific, and I absolutely love what we're able to do around here. Okay, with that, let's keep going a little bit. We're going to finish up chapter 2. When I think about chapter 2, I really think about it's kind of a connecting point, because I feel like big action happens in chapter 1, big action happens in chapter 3, but chapter 2 really kind of brings a bridge. I want to show us a movie that you may have missed in your playthrough, but it's about another meeting with Delita at the docks.
Plenty of gulls, but no hint of Lionel's griffins. Delita! What are you doing here?
We have ears
Oh, hey,
in many
Esper.
places. Few things escape our hearing.
Our?
I say this for your sake, Ramza. Return to Egros. Delve no deeper into matters of royal maidens, or those of sacred stones.
What have these ears of yours been telling you?
You think to save a princess from a burning town. In truth, you would but set her on a higher floor. There is only one person who can truly save her, and that is what I will do.
What do you mean, Delita?
It's simple, really. Noble endeavors do not always reach the end we desire. You cannot save the princess. However hard you might try, you do well to remember that.
What then is your end in all of this, Delita? I fear I do not know.
The Dukes Larg and Goltana, your brothers, and all the rest. They are all of them swept up in a mighty current. A current they cannot see or feel. I simply swim against it.
Ooh, that's so good. Delita. Now.
We'll meet again, I should hope.
Now that is cause for a brief commentary. Ramza discovers that his brothers are kind of in league doing things that Ramza does not stand for.
In history.
I know, please stop interrupting my lecture, chronicler. Moss the chronicler up there. But Ramza is at this crossroads where it's like, okay, my brothers are doing this thing, but they're my brothers. And Delita's like, yeah, your brothers are swept up in this. It's better for you not to concern yourself with this, because like it's hard to go against your family. It's kind of like in my classes, when we're talking about theology and all this stuff, it is really, really tough for a lot of students, because I'm not going against, in a lot of ways, I'm not going against necessarily 2,000 years of theology and Christianity, but I am in some ways offering some questions about maybe their home church, people that they love and care for. I had a girl once say to me over coffee, she was like, the problem isn't that I'm afraid that the problem is, it's not the problem isn't that I'm afraid that what we're studying in class is right. It's that I'm afraid that my grandma was wrong about something. And I was like, that is such a great and poignant truth here. Like, it's okay to embrace new information and data and change your mind about things, but it's another thing to be like, oh man, was my grandma, was my brother, whoever it was, am I going against family here? And that's such a challenge for a lot of students. It's a coming of age thing. That's not just theological. That's everything. And I think that's such a tough thing. But I love Delita saying, it's like, I'm just swimming against the current here. Like all the people that I cared for and your whole family who did a lot of good for me, it's not that I'm against them, I'm just swimming against the current that they are having, and they may be in the way. Gosh, wow. Hard stuff. Hard stuff. One final thing, I'm just going to read this really quickly just to remind you, because you should have already at least checked out some of chapter 2, but if not, I'll catch you up. Count Dicedog and Cardinal Delacroix had made a secret pact in order to obtain both the stone and the princess. Gafgarion was dispatched to the cardinal by Dicedog, suggested that Princess Ovelia be used as bait to obtain the stone and to lure all those who knew of the kidnapping to their deaths. As for Ludovic Bert, the cardinal personally saw that he paid the ultimate price for failing in his duties.
Safe travels.
Some neat sort of stuff. We're going to go through Lionel Castle really quick.
Leave it
Got a samurai. We got a ninja. Maybe we'll use that guy. Do we have others that we want to use here? Mustadio. Yeah, we're just going to use all of my team members here, I guess.
Onward.
Okay, I don't know if this team is going to pull it off or not, but we're going to try.
Where have you got off to, Gosling? Won't do.
Won't do that. So they're chasing after Agrius here.
Come along quietly now. What do you say? Huh?
Ramza.
Lady Agrius is beset! To arms!
We must help Lady Agrius. Okay, let's get you on dry land over here.
Come on.
Move you on up here. Still waiting. Bam.
Ramza, what are you doing here?
We've come to rescue you. We thought to breach the castle from its postern. But why are you here?
The Cardinal betrayed us.
He's a prince
Was betraying
archbishop.
us all along. He plots with Duke Larg. We escaped the castle, but the princess was retaken. I was returning to save her, and here you find me. That we should thus reunite could only be divine providence. We must hurry, Ramza. They mean to execute Her Highness.
First these, then the princess.
Then the princess. Let's see if we can hurry through this really fast. Man, they've got a lot of haste. Oh, I hate when they heal. I hate it. Ooh. Get this guy. Ah, dang. Not in range. Can I hit him with this? Yes, I can. Okay. Can I hit anybody? Not a single one. Amazing. Now I can... Darn. She can probably take a Faraga over there. Let's just hit her with a fire. Ow. Oh, and this one, right here. Hit them with Protect, that'd be helpful. Amadeus? No, tell us about it.
It's over.
Good, good. Let's see if I can take care of this. Not very well. Ow. That's not gonna reach. So we wait.
Let me see.
Good deal. Look at us go here. We're doing pretty well.
My turn.
Oh dang. What is he? Let's see if we can get him real fast. We cannot.
For victory.
We'll just cure. This should do it. Yeah, there we go.
Lady Agrias, are you all right?
Ooh, I have not
I'm
played
fine,
Grandia
but
2.
we cannot afford to taking the princess.
Of course.
Now again, you remember how I said Ovelia is kind of a stand-in for theology, and so here they have, quote, kidnapped her, and they have
My sword is yours.
they have let loose word that she is oh crap, not what I wanted to do. She is to be executed. So and this will be pretty near the end of our time together tonight, and we'll pick up next Tuesday with the Final Fantasy Tactics lecture.
ready.
Crap, I should have kept Agrias. Ah, crap, I forgot.
Got
This isn't gonna
any
go well.
words to leave behind, Highness? None, then. Very well.
Is that?
The enemy! We are come for the princess. Stand down, or take her place on the gallows.
And the trap is sprung.
Trap?
Oh, I do not like this fight.
Ramza, ever the gallant fool.
What have you done with Lady Avilia?
I've done naught with her. She's a Lionel. What of the gem?
Gem?
Might we spare ourselves these tiresome fates? I speak of the Cardinal's gemstone. The one who stole it travels with you, does he not? I would have it surrendered.
If you want it, come and get it.
So, the boy now thinks himself a man. Very well. Let us finish this like men.
Terrific fight here. We are going to, in the interest of time,
It's not too late
kind of
to
move
change your
forward.
mind, Ramza. Return with me to Egros. Your brother Dystag would fain forgive what's done. He said as much himself. What is it that stops you? Chivalry? A tired relic? Neither justice nor loyalty ever filled a man's belly. However you may pretend, you are a noble. It's in your very veins. And I know lesser men can only dream of having your lot in life. So forget this foolishness and be who you were born to be.
No, I will not.
Oh, good line, Ramza. I mean, be who you were born to be.
The
No.
foolishness is believing that our blood dictates our destiny. I refuse to exploit others simply because I was born a Beowulf.
Now, okay, my friends, let's talk about this for a second, because this is what gets me under a lot of heat over in the Final Fantasy VII camp. The foolishness is believing that our blood dictates our destiny. I refuse to exploit others simply because I was born a Beowulf. In this respect, Ramza, because of his blood, was destined to be like his brothers. However, he is choosing a different way. Therefore, he is defying his destiny. This is the way that destiny works. Destiny is what is forecast for your life. But through the power of one's will, you can say, no, I'm not going to do that anymore, and I'm going to move to a different destiny. I'm going to create my own destiny. In a conversation about Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy, this comes up again and again and again, and everybody wants there to be some dramatically different sort of thing. But the defying destiny does not mean undoing the past or even undoing the train tracks that should forecast the rest of your life. Instead, it is to simply pivot in a new direction, to change the direction and the trajectory of your destiny. This is how you defy it. Therefore, if you have a propensity toward something in life, knowing that, that doesn't have to be your future. And it's all through the power of your will. This is what Ramza is kind of doing here, and I think it's a really powerful statement here. Once again, Final Fantasy is about defying destiny. Ramza is defying the destiny of his own path.
Even should it mean defying my brother, I will be true to myself. I will play no part in his foul plots.
Foul?
Good stuff.
You would paint your brother's deeds as foul.
And isn't that part of it? Part of realizing that your destiny needs to be changed is to recognize that the path that your destiny is taking you is foul. And what that sometimes means is that your brothers, your family, the things that you love, the things that you would prefer to undo, something about that is a bit foul, and you have to choose another way.
For generations, House Beowulf has possessed great military might and the influence that comes with it. As its lord, your brother simply upholds the duties of his station. You of all people should know that. What you call foul,
Who?
I call necessary.
Now
Deny it all you want. This is the way of the world.
Now, isn't that just so pertinent to our theological conversations today? And isn't this the two sides? In councils and theological conversations, what one may call foul, another may call necessary. Deny it all you want, but this is the way of the world. And so there's this argument right here. Gafgariad and Ramza are having a council as to what is the way forward. I call it foul. No, I call it necessary. It is like, I love it. And so here we have an analog and a beautiful parallel between theology, discussion. This is the nature of politics. This is the nature of discussions and disagreements, even within families. The foul and the necessary, and the subjectivity of the one that is doing the speaking.
My brother and Duke Larg seek to ignite war to further their own ends. Yet who is it that would be made to suffer? It is the soldiers, who fight and die with their names unknown to their lords.
Something that he's only been able to know because he saw it firsthand. He listened to the plight of Meluda last week, and he's learned what people on the other side of nobility have suffered.
It is the veterans, who are cast aside when their swords are no longer needed. It is the common folk, who are bled dry by taxes and levies.
Yeah, what was your moment of radicalization, Ramza? That's the question. And it was the battles of the last 2 chapters.
The kingdom was finally beginning to know peace again. But now a privileged few would shatter that peace for personal gain. If such a thing is not foul, sir, then pray tell what is.
Ramza, banger after banger.
A man does not eat an omelette without breaking eggs. It matters not whether he is born into abundance or no.
No.
Progress exacts a price, and that price is paid in blood. Such is the ink in which history's pages are writ. Look around you, boy. Ivalice rots from within. Your brother would carve out the root of its decay, even if it means his hands must be soiled.
Banger after banger. I mean, are you kidding me, chat? This is one of the best written video games I have ever played. Every line is just like, holy crap. Absolutely incredible, incredible, incredible stuff. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I am going to actually load a chapter 3 save file, and we're gonna go backwards a little bit because in the interest of time, we just kind of need to get to scooting because I do want to get through some things here.
What did these
So at the end of
think?
chapter 3,
What
Delita offers a warning, Gafgarian's last stand. Let me just kind of read through some of these things. It says, Delita visited the room in Lionel Castle to which Ovelia was confined after she accused him of collaborating with Cardinal Delacroix. The cardinal himself entered with a man named Fulmarv, who appeared to be a knight. But after Ovelia refused to cooperate with them, a mysterious man informed her as to the shocking truth of her heritage, that she actually was not the princess, but instead an actor, essentially. We move on to Lionel Castle. As Ramza attempted to gain entry into Lionel Castle, he was once again ambushed by Gafgarian and a unit of the Cardinal's soldiers. Though Ramza emerged victorious, the triumph was bittersweet as he bid farewell to the old sellsword, his one-time mentor. Ramza and his allies reached Lionel Castle, but instead of Ovelia waiting for him, they found only Cardinal Delacroix. This is where things got a little bit more wild. The Cardinal then used the mystical power of his stone to transform into a Lucavi. Though the foul creature was possessed of terrifying strength, the party was able to best it in battle. And this is something that I wanted to kind of show you. I wanted to play through it, but we just don't have time. Let me pull this up for us really quick. Let me pull this up. Ah, here we are. This is it. Sorry. Insane things. Dang it, we've got voices all over it. That may be something that we discuss a little bit more next time. But what we find out in this particular scene is that he uses the power of the stone to turn into a Lucavi. And the foul creature, this is a pretty tough battle, I would say. But it brings up this insane question for us that we kind of talked about tonight. It's the question of how do you discern? How do you discern the difference between the truth and the keeper of truth and all of that kind of stuff? These are questions that we have to learn to ask ourselves. It's the question that this game prompts, and it's not something that we will leave chapter 2 particularly settled with because it's chapter 2. I think by the time we get to chapter 4, we begin to learn a little bit more ways to kind of think through and cope with that. So here's what I'd like to do. We just ended with a kind of banger sort of bit with Gafgarian, even though it wasn't a final boss fight or anything like that. But here's what I'd love for you to do to think about. We've talked about a lot tonight, right? An awful lot. But as we kind of close out, I want you to think about this. Orthodoxy and heresy oftentimes define one another. Councils would preserve doctrine, but they also would suppress the conscience of some others. Now, there was, even during those times, disagreement. And many would say that faith had become surveillance, obedience might have replaced holiness. Yet amid corruption, true faith survived through compassion. In some of the works that one of our research assistants, Smith, in the chat, has done. You can check these out on profnoctis.com starting tomorrow. I'm going to upload them in the morning. He says, love for the poor was the first theology and the truest creed. When we clothe the hungry and share our bread, we interpret God more rightly than when we write decrees. He's quoting, Smith is quoting other documents. You can go and check it out. He also says the church was strongest not when she silenced her critics, but when she fed her enemies. And I think that that's one of the things that we're finding here in this game. If we're looking for those who are truly good, those who truly believe in this game, I think Ramza and maybe Ovilia really personify that in a lot of times, in a lot of ways. Throughout the game, you find Ramza in moments of prayer. You see him clinging to a number of things. A number of things that he is really struggling with. But you see him doing the right thing even amidst people, clergy even, those in power who should be doing the right thing. And so the question for us is, who is the real faithful adherent? Who is the true person of faith in this? Is it the one that's decked out in the robes and with the power, or is it Ramza, who is deemed a heretic here? Where does one's heart really rest in orientation to what is good and what is true versus where does one position lie? Yeah. Oh, Catterfree, that's interesting. A moment of radicalization for you. Yeah. Discovering one could be queer and Christian, as well as a solidification of harm reduction as a core tenet for myself. Yeah, it's interesting. I think that chapter 2 begins that journey for many about what is good and right and proper and, quote, orthodox. Great message from Smith in the chat. Orthodoxy comes from the Greek for right-oriented worship. And heresy actually comes from a Greek word that simply means choice or to choose, which is an interesting thing. When one person's choice becomes a decry or a decrying of someone else's choice, can it be deemed heresy? There's a lot that we could unpack there, but perhaps that is for another time. So tonight, if you are sensing that we're in a place of restlessness, lack of peace and equilibrium, well, the good news is that we're supposed to be at the end of chapter 2. Who do we trust? What do we trust? That's the question. And so this week we end with this weird tension between pride and fear and faith. And next week we turn from this to story, to see how sacred texts themselves were formed, how they were canonized and sometimes weaponized, because sometimes the most dangerous weapon isn't the sword, but it is the pen that writes history. Something that I talk to my classes about. And we will get to the bottom of kind of how Scripture, especially in Christian traditions, because this game is so Christian coded, I feel like we're going to really discuss. There's a lot of thoughts about how the Bible came to be and all the ins and outs of that, and we're going to illuminate that a good deal. So next week it's all about Bible and the Scriptures of Germanique, which if you've played chapter 3, you know a little bit about that. We'll get into it though. So that's it. And that concludes lecture 2 for Final Fantasy Tactics. Next week, play through chapter 3 if you haven't, or just come along for the ride. We'll get through it together. Let's see. Dustman is streaming, so we'll raid him over for all of our Twitch viewers. But once again, thank you so much for hanging out. Remember to go over to profnoctis.com to check out all of the latest. Tomorrow we'll have some research put up there for the website, as well as last week's edited VOD, and this week's VOD will come out on Friday. With that, everybody, take care, and let's go ahead and do the stream raid. If you're leaving us, hope you have a terrific week. We'll be back on Thursday to talk about Nier, and then our next Tactics lecture will be next Tuesday. It's my pleasure, Jazzman. This is the kind of thing that I absolutely love. I love to help curate these kind of conversations. And let me say again, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Let's go raid Dustman really quick if you can, and we'll get to it. Okay, where are you, Dustman? I'm looking for you. There he is. Let's go say hello. All right, here we go. We are raiding in. With that, we'll see you on Thursday. Until then, walk tall, my friends, and good night. All right. See you later.